Hi, this is Cobus Downey from Anyali Drone Tech. Welcome back to the channel. And today I want to share a little bit about my experience with T100 as I was flying it on our Farmers Day on the 22nd of September in 2025. So the T100 is not yet in South Africa. It has been revealed in South Africa, but there is only one T100 in South Africa at the moment. It's the drone owned by AgriHawk, and we had a chance to borrow it for a day and have our Farmers Day and to present it to the farmers, and so we can get to know the drone and everything. So we got the drone on Saturday afternoon, unboxed it on Sunday and did a couple of tests with it. And one thing that really stood out for me was how stable the drone flew in windy conditions. We had very windy weather here, and we tested it and it was rock solid compared to the T40 which we had here, which is shown here in this video, comparison video. It's very stable. The drone is very sensitive to controls, very reactive, very responsive, really amazing to fly. The atomizer system spraying at 30 to 40 liters depending on the setup. With the extended spray package, 40 liters. With a standard configuration, 30 liters a minute. I'm confident it will be more than enough for our standard needs in northern South Africa. So on Monday, the 22nd of September 2025, we had our demo day. We got the T100 drone obviously just for the day, so we had a good time. We had a great time in Bethel, we had a great time in Tavazimbi. And I just want to share a couple of things on the flight performance of the T100. The battery of the T100 is only 30% larger in capacity than the T50, which is not a lot considering the drone is carrying double the payload. So DJI has a lot of efficiency improvements, including propeller efficiency. You'll see the propeller design slightly different, but also the flight speed. This drone has an incredible max flight speed of 72 kilometers an hour. That is 20 meters per second. That is a really amazing speed. The drone flies out really fast to its site to start spraying, and it returns really fast back to home, so that's really gonna help with the battery efficiency. The other thing obviously is when spraying at above 5 meters of altitude above the ground, the drone can fly at 72 kilometers an hour while spraying or spreading. However, if the altitude drops below 5 meters, the drone will break and it will try to stop itself. So make sure that your altitude stays above. I recommend 5.5 meters as an altitude setting. Bear in mind, this works very well on flat land. I'm not so sure about hilly land. We didn't really get to test it on any hilly form of land. But when you're flying more traditionally at a lower altitude of 3.5 meters, which we normally do, your flight speed, maximum flight speed is 49.8 kilometers per hour on the software. So that's a pretty decent speed. It's a lot faster than the T50 was spraying. So with your slightly increased swath width, we sprayed at 11 meters at 30 liters a hectare, and we were able to empty a tank at 48 kilometers an hour spraying speed. So that's not bad at all. Also at 20 liters a hectare, at that speed, you wouldn't be able to empty a complete tank. For sure you won't. We were able to empty 70 to 80 liters depending on the scenario, depending on the situation of the field. So you will still be able to spray 3.5 to 4 hectares at 50 kilometers an hour. When flying at 5 meters and above and spraying at 72 kilometers an hour, you can fill the tank for sure, definitely. The drone will finish the spray task at 20 liters a hectare. Not an issue for the drone for sure. Now onto the spreading. There's the new spreader of the T100 is a really amazing innovation. I am very impressed by its capabilities. Obviously we just had it for a demo, so we had a bit of material there and we did some spreading. The new spreader system uses an auger system to feed into the spinner disc, no longer using gravity feed as with the T50. It's now using an auger. This allows it to be more accurate with the spreading of material, with feeding the material into the spinner. So what DJI have accomplished is they have an auto calibration material feature. The auto calibration material feature now allows the drone to adjust in real time the spreading amount so that it can be more accurate. Without calibration, we set up a field in Tabazimbi. It was 0.37 hectares. I set it up to spread at 100 kilogram a hectare, so it should spread in theory 37 kilograms. Without any calibration, I put in the material. The drone has never seen that material before, as far as I know. Drone went out, it was a mixed material, there was different sizes and everything, so it's not a consistent material, and it spread it at 38 kilograms, so that's pretty accurate. That's less than 5% margin of error, which is not bad at all, and that is without calibration. It's really amazing. I was fascinated by that, and I think that will definitely make farmers' life a lot easier when spreading material on fields. Final thing is flight safety. DJI has implemented a couple of new features on flight safety. I think with the drone being 175 kilograms of takeoff weight, it is a really big machine, and it is a dangerous machine, and flight safety is of utmost importance. So the first thing I do want to mention is DJI has implemented a payload weight limitation on the drone. Depending on your altitude and weather conditions, the drone will tell you how much payload you're allowed to put in the drone. So in Betel we had a payload limit of 91 liters. In Tabazimbi we had one of 95 liters. So you're not allowed to put in any more payload than that. If you do overfill it, the drone will refuse to take off to do its operations. So you'll have to empty payload, which is a very good thing. The second thing obviously is obstacle avoidance. The drone has a couple of new features in its optical avoidance system. Number one is for automatic obstacle avoidance, the camera system. DJI uses optical recognition to do obstacle avoidance and that kind of stuff, automatic obstacle bypassing. The new T100 uses a pentavision system which uses 5 cameras. It also uses the FPV camera which you use on the bottom, which is a fisheye lens, and then uses 4 other cameras situated on the radar which have 360 view. For the first time, an agricultural drone from DJI can see in all directions using its cameras. So for the automatic obstacle bypassing, that's a really big change and a really good improvement. The second thing obviously is the radar system. DJI still uses the millimeter wave radar system which they used on the T50. It's very accurate, very good radar system. There are 3 radars on the drone. The first one is the rotating one you see on top. The second is a radar situated below the FPV camera, and the third is situated on the spraying or spreader tank and also on the cargo system. The third thing which is new is the LiDAR system which DJI have implemented. This one is unique in the sense that it uses infrared laser to create a point cloud which it will send out, and if there is an object in the way, it will reflect the light back to the drone, and the drone will know exactly where that object is in 3D space around it. What it also implemented is a memory system where the drone remembers obstacles it's flown past with the LiDAR system. So if you have an obstacle in the field, the drone flies past it. When it comes back and it's inside its lane, it will already know of that obstacle before getting close to it because it has remembered what it has seen. Just one thing that I do want to note about flight safety is the drones, while having very good obstacle avoidance and very good systems implemented by DJI, the drone will struggle to detect fence lines and power lines when flying head-on perpendicularly into them. So flying at a speed of 72 kilometers per hour, make sure that your drone is not flying towards small obstacles. It will not know of them and it will not detect them in time, and it may have a crash. When flying past an object in parallel, for instance if you fly next to a fence line or a power line, the drone will detect that and will remember it when it comes back towards that location. Always exercise caution when mapping. Make sure that you map as if you are mapping for a drone with no obstacle avoidance. So always map out any obstacles, any trees, any power lines. Make sure you map them out and don't fly into the power lines. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like these in the future.